Engi, bane of my existence, living up to its name, if nothing else. Just the worst RNG. The worst RNG. We will fight. Okay, the shield hack is going to be perfectly timed here, probably. Huh? Okay, we will ion dodge that. The tip losing is fun. I mean, I'm familiar with it from the olden days of NetHack, as an example. Losing is fun, yet another sad death. These are all classics. But holy smokes. I would presume that they're gonna delay their jump for this, so we should be okay. I've been able to dodge some of it, Sim, but yes, it is usually tight, and sometimes I end up missing the window. But I've had okay luck with it. I've sometimes had it land, I feel like. Should have healed up there for sure, though. We will attack the pirate. Oh, mind control is going to be nasty on one crew. All right, not much I can do in this situation. And then this, I think these line up perfectly, if I recall correctly. So we're going to take the full mini to the face. Yep. Let's get a system repair drone going. If it's manned, I believed it does become somehow easier. Depends on the stunner trajectory. That's good to know. Okay, okay, let's get... The system repair drone is going there. Let's get doors repaired. Looks like we do get one more heavy shot. Let's do mind control before it totally ruins our day. Yeah, I mean, it still seems better to try than to not, but maybe I'm overestimating the value. 4 missiles, 1 drone, part 9? No. Piracy cannot be forgiven. I was gonna say, didn't I just shoot heavy laser? Alright, we may take a hull damage to our Engi breaking our piloting. I guess not. Stunner is 10, mini beam is 11. It can't be avoided. Burst can, if it's depowered shortly after. Okay. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe stunner is the problem, and I'm just confusing my ion weapons. I am admittedly not good at differentiating ion weapons. That is a weakness of mine for sure. Promise to help. We'll remotely repair the targeting system. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Mini is 12 seconds. We will attack the slaver. I'm instantly filled with regret. This is going to be a terrible fight for us. When this single shot goes off, we're gonna be in a world of hurt. Here comes the pain. Okay, that timing worked out way better than it could have. Okay, we got lucky for sure. A couple misses and this would have been a run destroying. I really should have fired my heavy laser a second time there. No excuse there. But we'll get the ion, and then what's our next target here? I think I should have heavy drone control first. Okay, that's a better solution. They must have a repair drone. The weapons came up way, way too fast. Yes, I will take a person, I think, in this case. Because we're not going to get a crew kill, so this is our last chance to get another person, and I think it's worth it. Being on one person is always a little dicey. Okay, we get one more jump before the store. We will intervene to defend the outpost. Depends on the drone type. This is always going to be an offensive drone, so we're not safe unless we get a breach on weapons. All right, we're extremely not safe because combat drones could definitely be combat drones. Well, so could heavy lasers be heavy lasers. Okay, we're definitely going to take a hit here. This looks like it's lining up for shields, if I had to guess. Ooh, it's lining up for doors. I was incorrect. Okay, what's better to get a breach in? I think it's better to get a breach in drone control, if we can. Okay, we got it. Which means, once our shields come back up, this is now a training ship for us. Okay. So let's train you on that, and then... Well, actually, hold on. No, let's keep you in weapons. Let's put you in shields. And then we'll auto-fire the heavy laser, which we'll never get through. All right, let's train. You can get a crew from a destroyed ship. It's not guaranteed, though, right, Engi? Like, that's leaving it up to RNG. And granted, we'd get a little more scrap out of it, but the downside of... Like, I feel like having a second crew gives us a lot of flexibility to be able to divest from one of our system repair drones. You know, at some point, we might even be able to think about... I might even sell our anti-personnel drone, because we can put our 2 Engi in medbay, and they'll do okay. So I think that's the play. Sector 1 and 2 taking crew as preferred since scrap reward is low. Okay, that makes sense to me. I do realize that I'm going to this shop looking for something interesting, but I probably should just be getting second shield. Second shield is almost always the correct play, and yet I always leave it a little too long, but... There might be something exceptional waiting in this shop. Oh yeah, Farb? So you think taking the second crew there was probably a mistake, and even a little bit of scrap makes enough of a difference? I can certainly see that. I don't want to pretend that I don't see the argument against. It just it feels like the low scrap reward versus, say, selling our 2 system repair drones. But would you not sell the system repair drones? Because I'm kind of the mind right now that feeling like I can completely divest of all of the drones that we currently have is more valuable. But yep. Yes, solving 2 shields is definitely important. You'd sell... Oh, really? You'd sell all the drones in... Wow, okay, so that's a... I did not see that one coming. I feel like the system repair drones, when you're on single Engi, just feels like you're inviting disaster. Okay, you can come back up here and get a little more piloting experience. Also have to consider it can take a lot of micro to overcome selling that stuff, so yeah, it is. You can kite boarding crews, 2 Mantis with medbay, 1. Okay, that's interesting. Optimal play is probably not taking the early free crew even on this ship. However, optimal play might not be best for every player. Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair to say that I am having a little bit of a crutch or a little bit of a buffer could be good. I'm still remembering back to that first run that we had where they missile sniped our last Engi. But we'll have 2 Engi that are decently flexible, so as we get more people, we'll be able to decide how we want to do it. Getting the breach early here was really nice. Really nice for sure. As is the benefit of training, we'll do another little check-in here. Sleeping like a darling. Living her best life. I would typically do so for, say, a flak and a shield upgrade, but it's very dangerous unless your anti-boarding micro is top drawer, which it's not. I think being aware of where you are as a player is important. Yeah, for sure. That is definitely true. So even this isn't as high as it can be, but what Mike was saying before was that the key has to do with unlocking your VSync, which involves some changes on both the Windows side of things. And I'm also butchering this, so I apologize. But it involves some changes on the Windows side of things / the graphics driver side of things, and some changes in FTL. But then you can get basically unlimited speed, I believe. Yeah, it has something to do with, I think, VSync in the NVIDIA settings. But we'll see if Mike corroborates that or denies it. But I believe that's what the issue is. At some point, I'm going to figure it out, probably on the new machine. I really needed to challenge myself to see how far I could take the micro before I felt vaguely self-saying the AP drone. Yeah, the AP drone feels like a big security blanket, but I do recognize, and also it's such a middling sell too. I think it sells for 17 scrap. I think the system repairs are 15 and the anti-personnel is 17, which is just so underwhelming. Like that's not a lot of scrap. That's your understanding of how the cheat engine speed. Okay, yeah. So try going into the NVIDIA drivers and disabling VSync, and then taking it off in game too. Yeah. So the in-game setting plus the NVIDIA setting is probably enough. But yeah, this is whatever the capped speed is without me going through those steps. Yeah, that is true. The drone part cost is non-zero for sure. You need to consider that, and sometimes it can be a real dummy. Like there was that last time where it was fighting in weapons while weapons was void of oxygen, and our Engi was getting beat on by 2 people over here. Oh, really, Mike? So I'm not a special unicorn. I feel bad that you went back and did testing, unless that was something that you were excited to do. You certainly didn't have to do it on my account, but now I just know you're looking for something now. Yeah, it's I managed to break things very effectively. That was why I was such a good engineering manager. I have the ability to break things that have otherwise worked consistently in record time. So My engineers always feared me for my ability to just touch something and have it instantly crumble into a pile of smoldering ash. Except my own things. Those always work perfectly, of course. I don't know why I'm bothering to fire this heavy laser. It's unimportant to the current setup. We're just getting our piloting going. That farb is exactly what I would always tell them, and that was never received particularly well. You may be surprised to hear. So that's the funny thing, because you were right, Mike, that it shows up until you pause or when you pause and then goes back. But I'm pretty sure I was always modifying. But see, the funny thing is when you alt tab, it automatically pauses. So I might not have been actually pausing the game. That could be the case. All right, we are good to go. Oh, you live here. Let's set those, and now let's go back to normal speed, and now let us ruin the fun of this unsuspecting. The breaches are coming fast and furious. That's nice. I was gonna say it would have been more effective to shoot that first one at piloting, so that the last shot is a guaranteed hit. What was your most recent run, Mike? What are you in the midst of? All right, 9, continue, 15. All right, good haul going into our store. We have lots to sell. Maybe we'll go for another pre-igniter run. that last one went so well. Defense Drone 1 is very tempting, but this does not solve our 2 shields problem. Except Crew Teleporter. Crew Teleporter could solve our 2 shields problem. Beam Drone technically does. Because we could put both of these into shields and then Beam Drone would hit. Yes, 10x is very fast, Engi. Stealth B run because I was testing out stuff with Farb. Oh, cool. So, okay, so there's a part of me that thinks we pick up Defense Drone and Beam Drone. We're definitely selling this. I can sell all of these, but if I'm not picking anything up. Like, Defense Drone gives us some protection against missiles. Beam Drone potentially gives us a tiny window for getting 2 shields sorted. So maybe we do Beam Drone and shields too. And we're gonna learn the micro. We could also get cloaking. We could just barely get cloaking. Gosh. The temptation to just get cloaking is high, but without a second weapon, I feel like it's a recipe for disaster. Like, getting cloaking early, if we survive, is great. We're kind of unlikely to survive, though. Defense Drone and Beam Drone and then save money is probably the correct play. It is minus the drone part cost, Engi. Defense Drone feels like the solid waiting plan, but like, if we don't pick up Beam Drone, don't we die to a... I guess we can still just jump away from 2 shield enemies until we get there. Defense Drone 1 I definitely like. This is Sector 1, Mike. We're Sector 1 and we're only this far into Sector 1. No, it's all good. So, yeah, we're Sector 1. We have some time, but I don't have a lot of confidence that we're going to have a second shop available. But we do... Beam Drone just feels like it's going to be a waste long term. Like, we're going to end up selling it. So we could just get Beam, or just get Defense, and just hold our breaths. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we do sell it for half its value back, right? So we could sell it relatively quickly. I'm going to buy the defense drone as protection. And I mean, the beam drone, like, the problem is with... I feel like we're going to burn through too many drone parts. But, yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off. If this kills us, this kills us. But I think I'm better off doing that. And then I'm going to try and hold out for another store, because getting that weapon to solve 2 shields feels like the most important thing. So we're going to go here to here. That gets us a lot of nodes. All right. Yeah. And I'm floating scrap. Getting 2 shields would be nice, but we can lose a person doing this, I think. Or maybe this is the one where we can pull out at the last second if we need to. Yeah, dilapidated space station, damaged space station, low scrap human crew member. Ah, we can potentially get a disease. But we have the ability to get a human crew member in low scrap or low scrap. So it's basically a 1/3, 2/3 things type of thing. If we scrap it, we're just guaranteed a random amount of scrap. I don't need the crew that badly, so I'm going to go for scrap. Okay, 9 wasn't exactly what we were looking for, but that's okay. Come up here, see if we see anything. By the time you notice the rebel, it's too late to avoid the fight. So we have a heavy laser and presumably either an offensive drone or something inside. Let's pause for a second just to see. Okay, so no offensive means that we are safe in this fight. They only have 1 shield, so we just have to do our thing. This planet makes it hard to see the shield bubble. I was like, where is the shield bubble? I was momentarily afraid. Let's see. I was like, do we have no shields? Panic! Everybody panic! Yeah, and now this fight has been made trivial by the, well, I mean, everything about this fight was already easy, so what can I say? All right, they got their weapon systems online just in time. Long-range scanners. Ooh, I haven't had a long-range scanner run in a long time. How far do we see? We see 1 jump away, or do we see 2 jumps away? Let me look at the description on it, because I haven't had it. Adds additional info about nearby beacons. So I'm going to assume it's all of the 1 beyond adjacent beacons. Oh no, it's only this ring. Okay, so we have ship. Now the problem is if we come down here, we can't do anything. So I think we go, it's going to be 1, 2. That's all we get. It retroactively applied. Got it. Okay. Yeah, so unfortunately, wait a second. So if we jump to here, then we jump to here, I'm kind of wondering if we jump to here and then jump to here, if we can eke 1 extra node out, because this will be a half jump. If you sell it, you lose the information you already had. That's kind of hilarious. Okay. To no one's surprise, our first missile-based weapon is a bomb, so take that. They can't harm us though. But I don't really want to like have them like light a fire in doors or something obnoxious like that. So I will do that to start. Probably would have been worth going for shields there, but My timing was quite nice on that one, I will say. We have two... Hold on. So we have two... We have two breaches right now. But yeah, but what's going to happen, right? The S-bomb into weapons is going to turn off our weapons, but like this ship can't hurt us unless the S-bomb is into shields, I guess. I'm wondering if with all these breaches, if we could just like keep O2 down. Nah, I'm just done with this fight. Okay. 16 scrap is not bad. So here's the thing. If I jump here, do we think we can still make it to the exit after that? I think we can, right? Because it's going to jump to here, and then it's a half on these nebula nodes, right? So we can get one extra node. All right. Amazing. Thank you, Mike. This is... I haven't gotten really good at figuring out the timing on these things. Attack the automated ship to get to the station for sure. We got the breach, so they are done and dusted. Yeah, it's so weird though, because I find that the purple zones also have a lot of nebula nodes, but they're the other type. Oh hi, how you doing, hull beam? What's shaking? That's kind of interesting. Sadly, no shop, but that is a good pickup. Now that doesn't... Hull beam doesn't pierce. So this is nice to have, but it doesn't solve our 2 shields problem, right? 1 shield mini beam plus a single shot. In non-nebula sectors, in nebula sectors... Oh, okay. In non-nebula sectors, it's 80%. Okay, got it. Yeah, so that's where the Mike has always referred to it as, right, like the count 5 twice rule, right, where you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 to figure out your jump distance, and that's in nebula sectors. But then in regular sectors, the nebula nodes are much slower. I think that's the way it goes. There's a lot of tiny chipmunks running around in my head trying to say things. So they have hacking, they have no drone control. So it's really just, there is a little bit of a risk until we get this down. But hull beam doesn't pierce, does it, Mike? We'll attack the automated ship though. You need weapons 5. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's... So I think we're gonna... The mini beam is gonna be unfortunate here. But taking one hit like that is not the end of the world. You can't get... I don't want you to get trapped in there. We have this weird... Oh, kind of slacked there. All right. Yeah, I'm sure I would have walked my Engi straight into medbay just as it was getting activated, and they would have gotten turned into Engi soup. I presume that's what happens to things that are in the medbay when it's hacked. They get turned into soup, right? Investigate the station. I mean, we are rich. Shields 2 seems like it's probably a good pickup. The fact that I'm still sitting here not on Shields 2 is problematic, but might as well go to the next sector. Get some civilian action in. Start out in a nebula node. So I think Shields 2 is the purchase here. I don't think... I mean, do we really go to weapons 5 to solve our 2 shield problem now that we're in sector 2? Feels really bad spending all that money to get that headroom. You don't need... you don't think I need to do that quite yet? Okay. So I'm gonna start with this, I guess. Now let's get this ship out of the way. Okay, attack the automated ship for sure. Sector 1 and 2 don't have a lot of two shield ships, although if it's a slug nebula, there are a couple. Okay, noted. Okay, the hack could be annoying. Okay, looks like engines are getting hacked. That's absolutely fine. These two we can spend all day and not be worried. Okay. No, Mike. I'm angry that I have 2 shields here. Can't you tell? Yes, I am. I am very happy to have 2 shields here. I'm glad I picked it up. I've been practicing my fake anger for when Olive is a naughty girl. Control left to just auto fire ion on the shield. Yeah, that's true. We could do that. But I mean, it's offline, so it's not super important. But yeah, I have a... Oh! Long-range scanners. Who needs them? All right. So this absolutely has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. This has to be where we hit both stores. So I think we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. The scout is clutch, though, for sure. A wild hull missile appears. That in the near term, I think, really solves our 2 problem. Like, the hull beam is good, don't get me wrong, but like being able to swap in the hull missile on 2 shield enemies until we get their shields down is gonna be mo beta, I think, because we have some missiles, so I think that's a great get, and then we can sell it once we find a more permanent solution. Raise your shields. Okay, so yeah, so they have a missile, so we could think about... This is a dual laser? Yeah, this is a dual laser. So we need to keep our shields up, which means I think I am going to spend a drone part on defense drone here. We could micro it so that we're not suffocating quite so much. But, you know, if you're going to suffocate... Okay, fine. I will do that. I might have cut that one a little close. But this fight is feeling like it's going to be long due to misses. So... What did I say? I feel like I called that one. Okay. That makes me feel a little safer. So now we can leave O2 on for a second here. I could have fired that ion a little sooner. Wait. Was this not the 2-shotter? Did I misread this? I thought it was a 2-shotter, but maybe it was only a 1-shotter. Oh yeah, it was only a 1-shotter because we were never in any danger. Yeah, that was a goof. Yeah, we can do that. There we go. Leave that powered. Basic laser, so one shot. The basic laser and the dual shot look very similar to me. So good having a defense drone. No surrender. I want you to suffer. Okay, 12 scrap, 2 fuel, not bad. Now we can do this one. The stores are not connected, yeah. So we do this one to this one to this to this. Okay. Quarantine level 5, that's fine. Burst 1 and dual lasers have a longer charge light than the basic ones. That's good to know. Small shop. Definitely. So, okay. So, drone recovery arm is really tempting here. From my perspective. Right? Because it solves our drone problem. And it means we can go crazy with, you know, future state combat drone to defense drone. Deploy them all. Oh, enemies will never have dual lasers. So I'm going to get drone recovery arm. There's a possibility that we're never going to need them, but we're never going to need drone parts, but I think this puts us in a good place. All right, and then that's all we're going to do for now. And we're going to head to this node into the store. And we're going to hope this other store has a weapon to replace heavy ion. Okay. Okay, that's a little annoying. So this is a single shotter? That one is a burst laser 1 on the left. Yeah, so it fires twice, okay. And the mini beam is synced up with it well, which is unfortunate. Ooh, okay, if they'd both hit, we would have had some pain. Okay, I'm gonna put the ion on cloaking now. Okay, the burst is never coming back up. So I think now I just put everything into piloting and just keep it offline. They might get a cloak off. I guess that would be the worst case scenario, but they did not. Okay, we can technically... So wait, where's our exit? Our exit is there. If we grab this node, then we have to backtrack. So we just grab the store now, I think. Okay, please be not a small store. Give me something. Apparently they have some valuable technology for sale. Ooh, this is perfect. And thank you, it's nice and big. Sometimes the stuff from the wiki is small, but this is super helpful. Let me look at this. Okay, so basic laser has 2 pips like that. Burst laser has 4 pips in its charging thing, and dual laser has 4 pips. Okay. Thank you, Engi. That is very useful. Okay. Hull smasher laser is probably the pickup here. Another hull beam seems like a very wishful thinking here. This is still kind of a bust. Dual laser is exactly the same sprite, but only available on a few player ships as a starting weapon. Got it. If you're doing drones, only hull is valid. There's 2 hulls here, Engi. Hull beam and hull laser. And right now, we're doing drones, but we don't have any drones. So... we had another almost double hull beam run, and it ended in disaster. Yeah, we unfortunately right now, like, so Hull Laser 1 is very strong from my perspective, right? It's a great replacement for Heavy Ion. It solves our 2 shields problem. It pairs well with Heavy Laser early on. So I think we pick it up, and that allows us to sell the Hull Missile and the Heavy Ion, which puts us at Heavy Laser, Hull, and that. I think that's the way to go. And we could pick up the second Hull Beam, technically. So, okay, so Hull Missile I'm going to sell. Heavy Ion I'm going to sell. Then I'm going to buy the Hull Laser no matter what. So this is going to be our current configuration. I can put this here, and then if we were going for drones, we could pick this up to have in our back pocket, but it's a huge opportunity cost right now. Like, once we get up to 5 power, this is great. Like, this is a great killing setup all by itself. Not for flagship, but for, like, the lead up to flagship. And then once we pick up, like, a drone, we can start diversifying. But, like, right now, these 2 get us 2 shield kills with decent reliability. Yeah, I mean, with only 3 weapon slots, having 2 hull beams feels really hard to swing. Mike James, you'd save money for crew. We do have crew available at this shop. We have Cubbins, Butters, and Notch here. There'll be 2 pike beams floating in space eventually. Yeah, there probably will. We'll wait and hold off. Yeah, we don't really have another solution. So this is a good setup, but then the question is, right, we power these 2 up. This is enough to solve 2 shield enemies, and we're not going to see that many, so we're going to hold off, but eventually we're going to want 5 power, I think. Now, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 is our remaining path. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling good, feeling loose, feeling limber. All right, a whole lot of nothing there. We can't take that one, so we're going to do this one. We are playing it for sure. 30 scrap. I think I take it because we're not rocking any missiles. We just sold our missile weapon. So yeah, so let's take the scrap. It's not to say that we won't at some point regret that if we pick up like a small bomb, but we have so few weapon slots. Okay, so let's bring back up our codex here, right? Oops, wrong post. So that weapon that they have there is a basic laser. Thank you. And with defense drone and drone recovery arm, like this is an easy one. Let's fight the ship. Now we just need to, and this is a basic laser, I said, so we can do that. And then given that we're relatively safe here, I think we go for the speediest kill, which is full shields. The infinite loot variants of lasers, some are stronger. There's a minor color tint different. Sounds like a nightmare. All right, and then now that we've gotten this far, I think it is safe for us just to do that. No thank you for the surrender. Hull beam might have accelerated this fight. Also, once we get shields down, we should definitely be firing more rapidly. All right, picking up some fuel, which is good. We were going to need that eventually, and then just head to the exit. Oh, more game news has showed up. Does that mean that the experimental patches? Nope, it's Gordian Quest related. Okay. You arrived at a long-range beacon, charge jump to the next sector. Appears to be a colonized moon. However, scans show it has been abandoned. You also detect an abandoned space station nearby. Move in to examine the station. Let's check it out. Colonized moon, FTL. Abandoned space station. 2 borders, 2 to 4 borders, and an ASB. Wow. There's a lot of terrible options there. So it's a 50-50, with one of the options being a pirate ship with default rewards and one being 2 to 4 borders with an anti-ship battery. If we had a clone bay, it makes it easier, or we get that. We can also scrap the machinery if the station is in disarray. But if we move into and examine it, we could potentially face an ASB. And all these rewards look like they're low scrap rewards. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of value. Like, the fight would be nice, but I think right now we don't need to take an ASB to the face. Note your FTL does charge fast when there's no enemy ship, but this can be a reasonable skip. Oh, that's true. But does that mean we get out before the first ASB, Mike? Yeah, Jace, that is kind of poetic. Because the next, we're at the exit node, which means that the next jump is safe. So we could micro the borders for as long as we want to. Well, let's learn together then. All right, maybe we can make a mistake here. We'll move in to examine the station. All right, we find 7 scrap and then we leave. All right, no science for us. We have a defense drone, so I like the idea of going to a rock sector here.